Alright, I've had a chaotic morning of packing, but everything's in the car and my train leaves in 5 minutes. So I'm heading off to the YouTube Creator Summit in Melbourne, followed by VidCon, and I will be back here in a week. It's going to be a very intense week. Good to see YouTube amping up their press around VidCon. Look at this. I walk in the room and there's a nice little present. This is brilliant. They're making me feel right at home. Now I can go hunting for dinner. And twisties. Fun. Apparently this jacket is customizable. So they're having this thing during the Creator Summit where an artist paints them or sprays them or something. I'm not entirely sure, so I guess we'll find out, but it's kind of cool. It's very, very denim-y. Let's see how this goes then. Thanks, YouTube. Ooh, there's a badge too. Alright, I'm getting settled in my room. I've set up my mobile studio to tuck away at an edit I was working on the train, but I'm not going to be like too work-centric because I'm always tempted when I'm traveling to like fit in as much work as possible, and I was going to do that for this trip. But then looking ahead at VidCon and how crazy it's going to be, I just realized I need to sort of chill out a bit because it's going to be really intense. So I will ebb away at some things when I get some time, but I also want to take some time to just breathe, move around, you know, go get a bite of sushi, go to the gym, just relax a bit so that I can preserve my energy and sanity. I love Melbourne. What a beautiful city. What a great view from my room, overlooking the anal building. So I thought I might do a bit of a vlog journal beside the anal building. Can't give you a straight face now. I had a really cool afternoon. I just really relaxed. I went to some shops, I went to the gym, I had some sushi, I've just chilled out, which I didn't expect to do, and Mrs. Jazza sort of made me promise that I would do, that I would chill out, because I think I was freaking out and quite frazzled and nervous as she was dropping me off at the train station. So stepping back and slowing down has allowed me to sort of, I don't know, soak things in a bit and get a little bit more, I don't know, detached from the tension that I can bring upon myself and the need to sort of be something or do something or do something right or not do something wrong or not do everything wrong. Please forgive my getting a little bit touchy-feely in this part of the vlog. I guess I've just sort of had a chance to step back and soak things in a bit rather than plan and prepare and hope and panic. You know, the panic I feel and the stress I feel is something I put on myself because I want to be good enough or do good enough or represent myself and my community well enough, and it's all about being enough and not feeling good enough. And I think events like this and stuff like that sort of brings out my insecurities if I don't keep my eye on them. And with a chance to step back, it's given me a bit of a chance to reflect and actually be really grateful that I'm here. And I want to move forward with that mindset, to realize that, you know, 2 years ago I went to Brandcast in Sydney and attended, watching the big posters with featured creators and the red carpet and them walking down it and stuff, and thinking to myself, you know, one day I want to get there. I want to work hard and be in that place. And I'm actually there. Like, that's happening this week. This week, I'm part of the Featured Creators Summit, which is a summit for Australia and Asia Pacific's top YouTube creators. Like, the fact that I am a part of that an art YouTuber is a part of this mix of talent and creative content creators is just so cool. Like, I'm so grateful that you guys have made this possible. I've been nervous as hell about being on stage at VidCon doing something, but by contrast, I've been fighting so hard for the last few years to get a chance to be on stage at VidCon, and I have that chance, you know? Like, I guess that's why it feels so terrifying, because it's like, I worked so hard for this and I could just ruin it. But I think I want to take today and this moment as an opportunity to let it go. You know, what's gonna happen will happen, but the awesome thing is I get to do it. And that is something I dreamed of. And that is something I am so grateful for. So anyways, over the next few days, over the Creator Summit and VidCon, I'm gonna get to meet and collab with and chat to people in the industry and other creators. And it's gonna be such a fun, fulfilling experience. And I'm just gonna take my self-consciousness out of it as much as I can. I'm going to take my ego out of it as much as I can, or my desire to be something, and just instead be here and soak it in. I'm on a panel with Hank Green. He's moderating a panel I'm on. How effing cool is that, right? Like, even if I'm an idiot on the panel, like, I'll be like, hey, Hank Green, what's up? Thanks for moderating my panel. And he'll say, is that weird Australian guy I looked up and the last video he did was vlogging in front of the anal building? Yes, Hank Green. I apologize for getting sentimental. I tend to do that from time to time, especially when I give myself quiet time amongst chaos. I tend to go, what is the meaning of all of these things and feelings and events? And I think it's because I like to step back and take a chance to have a look at the really important, substantial stuff. The stuff that actually matters at the end of the day. I would say are three things. The community I'm going to get to meet and interact with at meet and greets or perform in front of and entertain and enjoy the company of. I can't wait to meet my community and to give whatever I can give as part of these events. My peers, I'm going to get to meet people who do what I do and understand what I do, and get to learn about how they do it. Like, that's really rare. When you're a YouTuber in a small town in rural Victoria, yeah, it's a rare opportunity. And I need to take any self-consciousness out of whatever I'm doing so I can actually realize that these are awesome people I get to talk to and just soak it up and learn from them. And then third, I get to do this with my wife, who is the most incredible partner, who is my center and has been so hardworking, preparing me and building me up so that I can hit this with confidence. I couldn't do anything without that last one. So, Mrs. Jazza, thank you for being my rock. I'm a bit of an emotional, creative wreck, right? Especially in stuff like this. My wife, Kate, is someone who, like no one I've ever known, is able to center me and give me direction and calm me down when I work myself up in a frantic panic, and somehow turn me around to where I can be confident. I'm going to tell you two very quick stories. The first is Mrs. Jazza and I met in the theatre, and in the first show I ever did, she was the choreographer and I was the lead, and it was my first ever performance-y thing, and I was so nervous in the dress rehearsals and getting ready to go on stage and pull off the actual show. And she could tell I was nervous on stage. I was like really sort of wide and tight and doing things differently and really unpredictable and emotional. And she just pulled me backstage and she said, by the way, I was playing Sky Masterson from Guys and Dolls. She said to me, you need to calm down. You need to think to yourself, be strong Sky. When you step out there, just be strong Sky. And all I needed was that little mantra and that little moment to internalize something that helped me. And that has actually been a really grounding, helpful thing in these moments where I don't know what to do or who to be. Essentially just to be the strong me, to ground myself and chill out. And the second story I wanted to tell you, when I proposed to her, I didn't have her to chill me out because she didn't know I was going to propose to her, and I was parking in the wrong places and I was forgetting friends' birthday presents at the counters of cafes. I was all over the place, and she was like, what is wrong with you today? Anyways, later that afternoon I asked her to marry me and she said yes, so it worked out in the end, but she knows I can really work myself up, and today she's really helped bring me back again, so thank you. Anyways, that is it for my sentimental captain's vlog. I'm going to wrap up in here, put on put on my show face and go meet some awesome creators from around the world and Australia. If you're coming to VidCon Australia, I can't wait to meet you. If you're not, I'll capture everything I can and share it with you in this vlog. But regardless, thank you for being a part of this community and for taking me these places, because you're the reason I'm here. So, thanks. See you tomorrow.